Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through. We're going to be working down on the floor for the first part today. So you might want to mat and then we'll talk through it as we go. Go ahead and come on down. If you're comfortable to come into a kneeling position, we're going to warm up our wrists first. And then we're going to do a breathing from like a little cat-cow type of position. So just start kneeling, rotating those wrists around. 3 to 5 one way, 3 to 5 the other. Very good. From there, what we're going to do is you're going to extend one arm out, palm facing up towards the ceiling, and then pull that elbow into your side. From here, you're going to pull all 4 fingers back, extend the wrist, and then extend the elbow, still pulling back on those fingers. We'll do that about 3 times. Into the side, extend the fingers back, extend the wrist. There you go. Very nice. One more. Pull them back and extend and hold this last one about 5 to 10 seconds. And release there. Same thing other side. Elbow in, fingers and wrist extend back. Give a little tension on those fingers and then extend through. Good. Twice more. In, pull back, reach out. Nice. One more. Pull back and extend. Very nice. From there, we're going to start to make our way to the floor. Now we're going to go palms up. You're going to mostly hold your legs, weight through the legs, and then gently set the palms down so the palms are facing up. Just gently like kind of lean back. You get a nice stretch here along the back side of the forearms. Don't make it too intense. You can gently rock yourself side to side. Feel a little bit different angle at which you feel that stretch. And then come off one more time. Shake them out. Shake the wrist. Roll them around as needed. One more time. Very nice. Now we're going to go into our breathing. And take a nice wide handprint. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Knees about hip width apart. You're going to start on the exhale. Or as you exhale, you're going to round forward. Pull the chin in. Pull the belly button in. Drop your head down. And then on the inhale, you'll gently lift. Lift the head. Gently arch the back. Good. We'll go about 5 cycles there. Just move through on your own, pausing at the top and bottom of each breath. Very good. You want to try to avoid any overarching of that low back. Should never be painful as you arch. Turn the head up towards the ceiling or sky. Look up with the eyes as well. Good. And then on that exhale, really pulling that chin in towards the chest. Imagine I'm there with you, just slightly tapping right between your shoulder blades as you round. And then we're lifting there, shoulders back and down. Good. 1 to 2 more. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lift. Final exhale. Now we're going to take it back into child's position. Very good. Toes together, divide the knees, reach those arms out a little bit longer, and then gently rock straight back, lowering that head down. Breathe here where you're trying to send your air into the side of your rib cage and the back part of the rib cage. So let's take about 3 more breaths. Expand and then drop a little bit closer to the ground on the exhale. Do 1 more. And come on up. Very nice. From there, we're going to make our way down. So you're lying on your stomach. And you're going to take your right hand or left hand, reach it straight out to the side, walk those fingers out so you kind of pull your shoulder blade out of the way. And then you can use your opposite hand, palm down right about the level of the shoulder. And we're just going to gently roll towards that outstretched hand. You can bend the top leg as well, engage the glute and reach it back. I've heard them called scorpions. I've heard it called like a cactus position. Just hold for about 5, 10, 15 seconds. And then when you're ready, take him the other way. Again, walking those fingers out and away, opposite arm, palm, like as if you're going to do a push-up almost. And gently pull yourself over to the side, finding that chest to open. You can relax the head down. And if you're bending this top leg, squeeze the bum so you don't just overarch that low back. It's going to invite that hip flexor to open as well. And then when you're ready, we're going to go one more time each side, walking the hand out and away, and gradually make that turn. And second time, second side. That leg up and across. Fantastic. When you're done with that, come back to center. We're gonna make our way into down dog. So hands to the shoulders, turn the toes under, drive those hips up nice and high, and gently pulse the head between the arms. Rocking forward and rocking back, lengthening through the back side of the body. And then when you're ready, go ahead and pedal out the heels. Lower one heel down, then the other, stretch out those calves. Very nice. All right, go ahead and come on back down to the knees. We're going to talk about the push-up before we jump up to our feet. So we'll do a few warm-up reps here. You take a nice wide handprint, midline strong. You're going to look to lower all the way down. Elbows come in to protect your shoulders. And now we're going to warm up a rolling push-up. You're going to bring your forearm down on one hand, pushing over that forearm and coming up to the top. Then controlling down all the way to the chest, and then roll the other arm, push off the forearm on the opposite hand, and coming on up there. So that would be a scale to work that full range of motion, chest all the way down, and start to build that full range strength. A lot of times I see people kind of do push-ups this way, but just partial range of motion. So you want to train that full range. And if you're not quite strong enough to push off the knees or the toes in time, then use that rolling option. All right, so feel free if you want to get 1 or 2 more reps in for warm-up. Otherwise, go ahead and make your way up to the top. We're going to do a couple more stretches from standing as I talk you through our first series. All right. Once you're up to standing, we're going to stretch out our chest and triceps and hips at the same time. So step your left foot forward, right foot back, stagger stance, tricep side bend. Reaching my right arm up, ribs down, bend the elbow, reaching up. You want to send those hips forward, engage the glute, and gently bend towards the lead leg. Fantastic. Once you get about 5 or so reps there, and then go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to demo another one of the exercises while you're finishing up those side bends. So I'm going to be doing the dumbbell external rotation, but I wanted to show the option with the band. So external rotation, you want to think about rotating your arm away from the body. So if you're using the band, you can tie it to a chair like I've done here. You can also tie it to a doorknob, anything else that you have available. Want to have the elbow tucked into the side. So there shouldn't be any gap here. Palm up towards the ceiling, and I'm just simply rotating that hand away. And then you can shorten up the grip to give more tension, rotating away, bringing it in. Okay. Really key not to have that elbow winging out. That kind of puts that shoulder in a not very stable position. So elbow in tight. All right. But I'm going to be using the dumbbell from a seated position. So just wanted to show it. If you don't have light enough dumbbells to confidently do the external rotation there, then utilize the band. All right, should have finished those tricep side bends on each side. Before we jump into it, let's do one final stretch behind the back with forward fold. So wide base stance, interlace those hands, extend the elbows, lift the chest, root down into those legs, and then take it forward. Allow the head to be heavy. Send the air into the back of the rib cage. One more breath. And go ahead and gradually come on up. All right, fantastic. So we're going to be circulating between 4 exercises here. I'll just kind of lead you through it on this first round. You can move ahead whenever you want, as always. The 4 exercises are going to be a push-up, and you're going to look to do 6 to 12 really quality reps. From the push-up, that's when we're going to do the external rotation, either with a dumbbell or your band, 6 to 12 on each side. Then we're going to go to a dip on the chair or a bench, and then we'll do some band pull-aparts. Okay, if you don't have bands, just mimic it as if you do. All right, so we're going to be working through that for 10 minutes, and we're going to start on those push-ups. So you're welcome to move with me or move through on your own. So you can do those rolling options on the knees, on the toes, what have you. Nice wide handprints. Place them just underneath those shoulders. Nice and strong. If you are going off the toes, not letting those hips drop. So whenever you're ready, chest to the ground, elbows in, and pushing all the way up. Good, midline tight here. I'm just gonna stick to 6 for myself. I'm gonna come a little bit closer, kind of see what everyone's doing. Very nice. Controlling down. Fantastic. Just watch so you don't let that head push forward. So think chin in as you're lowering towards the ground. You don't want to try to lead with the head. Just let that chest do the guide. Excellent. Nice. All right, maybe 1 or 2 more there. As you finish your push-ups, external rotation is next. We're going to come up to a seated position. If you're not doing the band, for the dumbbell, I rest the elbow on the knee, hold the dumbbell just like so. If you happen to be using like a light kettlebell, it would rest on the back of the hand. Okay? That one is not light enough for this. And I like to support the hand here, and then just nice and controlled. I'm using a 5-pounder here, controlling it down, lifting it right back up. You want to come down as far as you can without having that shoulder rotate. So keep that shoulder stationary. 6 to 12 is our number. Trying to do equal reps on each side. So if you notice that one side is stronger than the other, try to do your non-dominant side first. Having a little bit more control it down, and then nice and smooth to bring it up. Controlling down. Couple more. And that's right about 8. Go ahead and switch arms. Finish up your reps whenever you're ready. This part here, we do a lot for time. The rest of the workout will be for time in the next piece. Every once in a while, just give a rep count. So you can make adjustments to do more or less as you need. Or to hold that shoulder stationary, we want to avoid kind of that forward rotation. Looks good. Very nice. From these external rotations, we're going to go to our dip. All right. So I'm going to make my way to the chair. 6 to 12 again is our number on the dip. It's gotten pretty hot, so I'm just going to look for something to cover it for a second to place my hands. All right, so I'm going to sit nice and tall, pull the shoulders back, and then when you're ready, you're going to lower down, elbows in, and lift. Lift the chest. If you want to go to that glute bridge, you can. Down and in, sink, and drive. Good. 6 to 12 here. Excellent. Breathe in as you lower, and then exhale as you drive through, really emphasizing to lift that chest. Good. Six for me. Excellent. There we go. Well, 1 or 2 more. If you're still having some nice solid reps, I'm gonna go last one for me. And down. Whew, shaking it out. All right, wonderful. Final exercise here is our band pull apart. So arms straight out and opening through. Shooting for 12 here. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. If you don't have a band, kind of mimic it with your hands a little bit lower, kind of pushing the hands away, squeezing the shoulders back. You just want to make sure that you don't arch. We don't want to lift the chest, ribs down, squeeze the bum, keep those shoulders stacked right over the hips. Fantastic. Once you finish those pull aparts, you go right back to the top. So then back down for push-ups. It took us about 4.5 minutes to move through that. A lot of more talking than normal. So we'll move a little bit more efficient. We're shooting to get close to 3 rounds total. So midline strong. Another good scale would be down on the toes, up on the knees. When you get to the point that it feels too easy to go up and down on the knees, then maybe not quite ready to push off the toes without peeling. Full range of motion. I'm going to build that full strength in the shoulders. The more strength you have for the full range, the less likely you'll have injury. Oftentimes, injuries will happen at those end ranges. Very good. Once you finish your push-ups, coming back up for our external rotation. If you're doing it with the band, elbow in, palm up, not letting it wing out. Go a little heavier this time. Elbow up the knee, good support. Nice. Get all these little accessory work exercises done together. Strengthen those shoulders. We tend to be more internally rotated than we are externally, obviously, those forward shoulders. So we want to build strength in those external rotators. Help with that posture, help reduce injury. Same thing, other side. Switch when you're ready. As a reminder for anyone that's moving faster, dips are next. We go a push movement, then a pull movement, then a push, then a pull. The push up, external rotation is more a pulling motion. The dip is obviously a push, and the band pull aparts are more of a pull. So little push-pull combo for the upper body. One of my favorite ways to train it. From external rotation to your dips. Hold off fast. Staying tall, elbows in, control down, and drive. Very good. Good range of motion, Kathy. And smooth. From the dips to the band pull aparts, or the imaginary pull aparts. Very good. Finish that set. For about 12 of these, standing tall, check in with that midline. Ribs down and pulling through. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go right into those push-ups. Whenever you're ready. I'd rather see quality over quantity. You can keep those reps a little bit lower. Make sure they're quality. Anytime you're ready. Nice. Good, Kathy. There you go, Sharon. Good. Open up those shoulders. If you happen to be pretty flexible and double jointed in those elbows, you should leave a little play at the top. You don't want to hyperextend the elbows. And the midline really tight. We'll see people kind of peel the upper body and then lift those hips. You want to think nice rigid board, strong through the middle. I'm still squeezing my bum as I push off the ground to help that lower body stay elevated. Awesome job. Once you finish those push-ups, external rotations will be our last time through. Probably gonna squeak a little bit over that 10-minute mark to finish these 3 rounds. Those of you here live are kind of moving at a similar pace. So we'll just make it 3 rounds total. Straight up. Very good. The last one got hard. All right, switching sides when you're ready. Control and up. Up. Still holding that shoulder girdle nice and neutral. Just moving at the elbow. Last set of dips coming up next. Ooh, beautiful. All right. Dips and band pull aparts. That will finish this first circuit. Make sure you're really set up well as you come into position. There you go. To make it harder, you can extend the legs. I got the knees bent right now. If I extend them out, or you can make it even harder yet if you had a weight to set into your lap. Easier if you have a partner you're working out with, they can kind of help with that. Or if you have another bench or another chair, You can elevate your feet up on another chair. That makes it pretty challenging as well. Very good. Control down, lift, push. Yeah, lifting that chest. Maybe one more. Beautiful. All right, finishing with those pull aparts. Oh, good ones. Watch you keep those shoulders down out of the ears. Sometimes we tend to start to shrug them up. So think long neck, standing tall. And fantastic. Woo. All right, shake out that upper body. Maybe our little eagle arms here to transition. So go ahead and just set your feet about hip width apart. Reach those arms nice and wide. Take your left and swing your right under. Left up, right under. Interlace those hands. Push one down, lift one up. You want to do the little hip stretch at the same time. You can cross the leg over and sit back. Standing figure four. It's a different name in yoga, but not a yoga instructor. Just been doing fitness for a long time here. Those hips nice and level if you are doing this chair pose thingy. And coming on up when you're ready. Same thing other side. So you had your left on top. Now we're going to put your right on top and your left under. Crossing it over. One pushes up while one pushes down. And the legs. Crossing it over and sitting back. Good. That chest hold and sitting back into that heel. Good. About another 10 seconds if you're comfortable here. 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful. Shake it out from there. All right. If your balance is a little unsteady, just keep the feet straight on and go into a forward fold. Otherwise, we're going to cross your left foot in front of the right and then bow forward from there. Reaching down. Take about 3 breaths in that bottom position. Then we're going to come up and switch sides. If you're choosing not to cross over, we'll just do that leg straight ahead twice. Come on up when you're ready. And now same thing other side. Cross it over. Should be your right in front of the left this time. And gently fold forward. Now for about 3 breaths here. And come on up from there. Beautiful. While I'm talking you through the next 2 exercises, go ahead and go into a standing quad stretch. You can take it down to the floor if you need. If you start about now, I'll tell you at the 20-second mark. We're going to be cycling 2 exercises for the next circuit. First one, overhead dumbbell tricep extension. Reaching up, bending at the elbow, and then extending straight up. So you can do it standing or seated. Bend down and extend straight up. Good. Switch legs when you're ready on that quad stretch. Second exercise, you have 2 options. You can either sit on the floor or sit on the chair for a little double arm row action, or I'm going to be doing the bent over row from standing. But if anyone's back is talking to them today, you don't want to do the bent over option, go here. 5 more seconds on that second leg. 2, 1, and rest. The option I'll be demonstrating is going to be call it a goblet row from a bent over position. You can hold 1 weight just like so. You could hold 2 weights, 1 in each hand. You're gonna have a little bend in the knees, midline strong, bowing forward, chin in, then we're rowing just like this. Double arm row, either with 1 weight or 2 with 1 in each hand. We working for 30, resting for about 10 seconds in between, and then working for 30 again. So be those 2 exercises 4 times through. Let's grab a quick drink, and then we'll get right into it. Start in about 20 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and demo the tricep extension from a seated position, starting in 5. So feel free to stand tall. You're going to grab your dumbbell, reach it up to overhead, and 3, 2, 1, bend and extend. Good. Chin in, nice long spine. Probably try to hold 2 of my smaller dumbbells in the next round. I didn't do a good job preparing myself for this session. Down and up. Fantastic. 10 seconds left. Fully extend and control down. Super. Maybe 1 more. And rest. Good job. Either seated row or bent over row is next. you want to hold a kettlebell, recommend just kind of holding it bottom side towards you, interlacing the fingers. Set those feet pointing straight ahead, belly in, bowing forward, and here we go. Squeeze into the chest, reach forward, up and in. Good. So we're really focusing here, shoulders back and down, weight solid through those legs, and gut pulled in, midline strong. Good. Anytime you need a little bit of a break, if you start to get sore in the back, just stand up for a second, take that tension off, and come back in. We have less than 10 seconds. You can pause in the top as well. Squeeze those shoulder blades in. One more. Reach, in, and rest. All right, go ahead and come on up to standing. Feel free to give it a little shake out. And then we're going back to that tricep extension. So just those two exercises. All right, let's get a little creative here with that tricep extension. We're going to hold 2 weights this time if we can. Feel free to do whatever you need to do for you. 2, 1, and begin. Front of the ribs down. Good. Down and straight up. Good. So Sharon, it shouldn't come in front of you. There shouldn't be any movement, just up and down, just straight up, and then bend it back down. So it kind of stays behind your head the whole time. That's better. Good, less than 10. Looks good, Kathy. You have to stay long through the spine. And rest. All righty. Bent over or seated row with the bands. If you want to break on the back anytime you want, just stay seated. All right, if you are standing, check in with your feet, toes pointing straight ahead, midline pulled in as you bow forward. And here we go. Squeeze those elbows back and in. You also want to think about not extending through the neck. So chin pulled in, looking straight down. Beautiful. Reach, row, halfway through. Remember, if you need a break, just stand up for a moment and then come right back into it. Legs are not locked out. I have a slight bend in the knees with that focus on hinging at the hips. Good, last one. And rest. Fantastic, we'll take 30 seconds. Come on up, feel free to kind of give your body a little twist. Shaking it out. Let the arms swing wide. All right, fantastic. 15 seconds, and we'll be back for set 3 of 4. Back to that overhead extension. Standing or sitting nice and tall. 2, 1, and begin. And good. Building those triceps. The stronger your triceps, the easier your push-ups, the better your dips. Now that fun little horseshoe muscle in when you're wearing those tank tops. Get that strong arms. All right, almost there. 1 or 2 more, staying tall. The more tired we get, the more we want to arch and rest. Fantastic. Seated or bent over row of set 3. As always, you're always welcome to change it up if you want to go bent over sometimes, seated sometimes. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Long neck, really pulling the shoulders down the back. Pausing with the weight against your chest, reinforcing those shoulder blades to be back and down. Build those muscles. Good, less than 10 seconds. Couple more quality reps, still staying strong in that midline. And there's our 30. Woo, fantastic. We'll take 30 seconds. Just kind of add a little side reach here. If you want to do a little stretch, I'll reach one arm across and the other arm across. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, 10 seconds. We'll be in our final round of that overhead tricep extension. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So confirmed you can do this holding 2 weights. I've never actually done it with 2 weights before, so I was like, how's this gonna work? Obviously, the smaller the weights, the less awkward it is to hold 2. That looks better, Sharon, good job. 10 seconds. starting to feel some fatigue for sure. 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. Take a rest into your final bent over row, or feel free if you want to go seated. We have a little more hinging in our last piece here. Standing tall, if you are standing, toes straight on, hinge at the hips, and here we go. Inhale as you reach, exhale as you row. Holding for 1 to 2 seconds against that torso. Even with the bands, you can still emphasize that posture. Squeeze and reach. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. All right, if your water bottle's handy, grab a short drink and then meet me on the ground. We're gonna give a little stretch to the low back before we go into our final circuit. All right, so go ahead and make your way all the way onto your back. Shoulders roll back and down. The center of the eyes. And just start with that double kneaded chest, hugging both legs in and gently rock yourself side to side. Very good. From there, knees bent, feet flat. We're going to do about 3 to 5 glute bridges. Fire the bum, open the front of the hips. Not trying to see how high you can go, just enough to give a nice opening and activation. So the front side opens, back side activates. Smooth. The higher you do drive your hips up, the more you want to think chin in, lengthen the back of the neck. So maybe one more. And rest. Good job. From here, last one on our backs, 2 knee twists. Legs up and together. Bring both legs to one side as you turn the head and look over the opposite shoulder. Nice and gradual. And when you're ready, up and across. You might give yourself a little mild adjustment there. Good. 2 to 3 times to each side. Finish and keeping yourself out there, kind of roll over to the side. We'll take our time into down dog on the way up. We have some jumping jacks coming up in this final circuit. You can also step, you don't have to jump, but let's give a little love to our calves on our way up for those of you that are going to choose for some jumping. So hips high, one more time, opening that mid back, pulsing back, pulling that chin in, kind of looking towards your thighs. And now lower one heel down, hang out there for about 5 seconds or so. Give a moment for that calf to lengthen, and then switch sides. Drop that other heel down. Let's give about 3 holds on each leg. Switch when you're ready. And second side. Good. One more time on each. About 5 seconds each side. Watch the clock here. Lowering down. And switch. Final time, second side. Fantastic. When you're ready, kind of inchworm your way up. Walking the feet to the hands, walking the hands to the feet, and come on up. All right, we have 3 exercises. Either a deadlift or a swing. I'm going to be demoing the swings, but you're welcome to do a deadlift. If you weren't in class yesterday and you would prefer to squat, then you could squat in place of those 2. But I'm going to be doing some hinging today, not the squatting. After you do 10 reps, and you're going to come down to the floor and you're going to do 5, half the number of reps you did, side plank rotations, reaching under, rotating. You'll go 5 on one arm, swing around, 5 on the other. That would be the end of round 1. We're doing 20 jumping jacks at the end of each set. And now we go back to the top. This time, instead of 10 reps, you're going to do 12. 12 either deadlifts, swings, or squats. And now when you come back to the ground, we're going to go 6 side plank rotations. The number at the end for the jumping jacks always stays the same. So we're going to work for 10 minutes. The first exercise and the second exercise go up in reps. So you go 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, so on if you still have time in the 10 minutes. And then the side plank rotations is always half of what you're doing of the first exercises. So it's 5 on each arm for 10, 6 on each arm for 12, and so on with the jumping jacks at the end of each. So if you saw it on the website, that's what it's about. If you're like totally confused, just follow along with me. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. If you're not sure what you're doing, just join in when you do. All right, deadlifts or swings, standing tall, midline strong, 2, 1, and here we go. So we're going for 10 reps here. Very nice. You're doing those swings, keeping it close to the upper thighs. Very nice. After 10, you'll set it down and making your way down to the floor. Just like with our first piece today, you can always move ahead, move behind, whatever you need to do. 10 reps and then 5 side plank rotations. Like you say, hips high throughout, reaching under, rotating through. We've got 5 on each arm. Reach and lift. Very good. For 5 on one side, simply swing it around. Same thing on the other. Hips high throughout, reach and rotate. Good. After these 5 side plank rotations, we're going to come up for about 20 jumping jacks. They'll be into round 2. Fantastic. We're just over a minute in of our 10-minute circuit. When you're ready, step jacks or jump jacks. It's also a great time to rest if you want to just take a rest. 16, 17, 18. Beautiful. That's the end of set 1. As we come back for set 2, we're going for 12 reps. 12 deadlifts, 12 squats, or 12 swings. Rest anytime you need. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of keep it moving here. Nice and strong. Excellent. I'm going to try to keep as many continuous as possible. But if say you're like getting into the round of 14, you don't want to do 14 swings in a row, you can go 7, rest, finish with another 7. As long as you finish the reps before you move on. 6 side plank rotations on each side. Good. Good. After 6 on one side, swing it around, 6 on the other. Those hips elevated as you reach under your arm. And if you get confused by the reps, or if you're like, hey, 10 is a better number for me, you can always just do 10 each time with 5 rotations and the 20-stepper jump jacks. The jumping jacks are next. Woo! All right, clap those hands, generate some energy. Woo! There. Awesome. All right, round 3, if you're doing the increasing on the ladder, we're going into 14 this time. Good setup. Very nice. Chin in, bowing forward. Smooth breathing. Squeeze the bum, standing tall. Very good. Finish out your reps there. We have 7 side plank rotations on each arm. Set that shoulder. So not to go too wide here. So pull the elbow in, stack it right underneath that shoulder. Control the breathing a little bit here as you move. halfway, so we're almost 5 minutes in. We've taken it through for another 5. It's a 10-minute circuit. Whew. Good. Hit that finish position. After your side plank rotations, back to our step or jump jacks. Good job. Move it through at your own tempo. Excellent. Woo! Almost there. All right. We're on to the round of 16. I'm gonna go 10 and then 6. You can break it up however you'd like. If you feel like you want to swing all 16 or do all 16 reps without stopping, that's fantastic as well. Sometimes you plan the breaks, sometimes you just listen to the body and think, okay, I need to rest before the next rep. Job, moving well. Go 6 more. It's gonna be 8 reps when we get to those side planks rotations. All right, 8 on each side. Nice new setup. Good. Moving well, crew. Nice work. Stepping through. There you go. Okay, just right about 3 minutes left. To the round of 16. Got to get to the round of 18 before we finish. Not should on anyone else, just where you are. Some of you might be on the round of 20 already. And some of you, maybe you're on the round of 12. That's okay. Move through as you need. 20 jumping jacks next. We're 3/4 of the way done. That's 7.5 minutes in. Woo. Beautiful job. Nice, Kathy. Doing great, Sharon. Sharon's always put hours and hours in the garden by this time of day. So focusing on your strength, resting when you need. I'm on the set of 18. I'm gonna go 2 sets of 9 here. Good, breathing consistent. Nice, Kathy, moving well. 1 set of 9. Consistency. That's always the goal. Trying to kind of pace yourself as you move. All right, we're coming to our final minute here. Go ahead and finish this round with the crew. It's here live, even if it takes a little over 10 minutes. Going 9 on each arm on the side planks. Just a cool down stretch remaining after this. Whew. All right. Those of you sticking to that 10-minute mark, you have just over 30 seconds. Great work. Woo. "15 seconds left in the full 10 minutes. gonna finish the jumping jacks and be all done. Woo! That's our 10 minutes. Feel free to call it there or finish out where you are. All right, wherever you are, when you're finished, give yourself a round of applause. Let's walk it out for a second. Grab a little drink. Nice work. Grab the hat here. All right, a little different format than we all do everything together. Sometimes it's a little more confusing for virtual training, but hey, variety is good for the mind. All right, we're gonna go back to our quad stretch. So if you're good to stay on your feet, either balance against a chair or practice your balance now that you're fatigued. Lift everything up, coming onto one foot, grab that foot. So you can either hold on to your foot with two hands or you can reach out with one hand. The key thing here is not to let that hip drop. So think about lifting up like you have a little marionette pair of puppet strings holding you high. 2, 1, and that makes 20. Shake it out. In between legs, so take note of which one you're stretching. You're gonna go hands on the thighs, bow forward, and do our little torso twist here. So you're gonna push one knee out, rotate, look over that shoulder, come back to center, and the other way. Breathe in as you come to center, exhale gently into that twist. We're gonna go 3 times each way. Breathe in and twist. In, last time each direction. See if you can look just a little bit farther. Very good. Balance yourself out on both sides. Make your way back up to standing. Quad stretch, second leg. So I'm going to be on the right. Grab on and hold. So your goal on the quad stretch is to be able to gently touch that heel to the glute. That shows that you have enough length in the muscles of the quad. If you're like way away, it's really hard, try to do this one on a regular basis. I like to do this one at least once a day and rest. Shake it out. Good. From there, then go back to those tricep side bends. So left forward. We did a lot of upper body work today, so let's loosen it up. And open those hips at the same time. Send the hip forward, bend to the side. You're bending towards your lead leg. Lengthen as you come back to center. And just go up and down to that laterally flexed position, side bend 3 to 5 times. In between arms, we're going to take it into that behind the back stretch once again. So shake those arms out, walk that back foot in, step it wide, standing tall. You're going to interlace the hands, or you can hold onto a towel here, root down to those legs, take it forward. And now as a cool down, I really want you to think about letting that neck and head be heavy, kind of lengthen through the neck. One more breath. And gradually come on up. Very good. So balance out that tricep side bend. Now it's going to be your right foot forward, left foot back. Your left reaches up. Then reach. Hinging at those hips. And now take it to the side. Good. Up and down. Hold whatever feels good to you. And release. All right, beautiful. We're gonna make our way down to the floor. Feet nice and wide, kind of inchworm your way down. Walking the hands down. Coming onto the knees. All right, we're gonna start with some thoracic rotations. We're gonna go up on the hands, nice wide handprint, hand behind the head. You're gonna bring your elbow to meet the opposite elbow, lift up out of that bottom shoulder, and then you're gonna peer up towards the ceiling. Get between 5 and 8 on each side. Kind of pause in that open position and exhale into that rotation. Once you finish your reps on one side, same thing other side. Starfish that hand, spread it out nice and wide. Get that good base of support for your wrist. Follow your elbow with your eyes. Try to see how far you can look over that shoulder. Fantastic. You can come off the wrist for a second if you'd like. And next we're going to go child's position, supinated with the hands, palms up, little fingers together, reaching them straight out and dropping those hips back. Hanging out here for 3 to 5 breaths. Very good. As you come up, you're going to turn the palms down and we're going to take it into child's position side stretch. So walk your hands over to the right. You'll take your left hand, stretch it out nice and long, and then lower down from there. So send the hips back, lower the head down, kind of looking underneath that shoulder. So 3 breaths on one side. And then when you're ready, we'll pivot ourselves around. Same thing on the other side. Now your right hand reaches across to your left side and lower down from there. Fantastic. As you finish that, we're going to make our way onto our backs for our final stretch. And we're going to be utilizing, we're going to be doing some like single leg twists. You want to use a block or a pillow to support. All right, so go ahead and make your way onto your back. We're going to start by extending your right leg straight out and then hug your left knee towards your left shoulder. It's going to be a little bit of a series to get into this. So pulling that leg in, feel free to kind of give that ankle a little love as you open up these inner thighs. Pulling it through. Switching directions, that rotation. Good. And from here, we'll take the right hand onto that left knee, gradually pull the knee towards the right shoulder, start to loosen up that glute area on the left hip. Kind of guide it up and down, looking for any stiff areas. From here, we're going to go into that single leg twist. So this is where if you want to use a block, you'd bring the leg across and you can rest the knee right up on the block. Either putting it vertical, sideways, or flat, depending upon how much assist you want. From there, we're going to bring the palms together with the head resting back and just tee those arms straight out to the side. Try to put the back of the hands on the floor. And now, assuming your left leg's across, you're going to take your left hand, come over to meet the right hand, and just nice and gradual. Also call these book openers or sideline thoracic rotation. 5 times here, left hand comes to meet your right hand. And then gradually open all the way up. You can turn your head, look over that left shoulder at the bottom. 3 more, close and open. If you want to go deeper into that twist, you can lower your block down. On the last one, instead of opening like an arch, you're going to curl the fingers over your head, just nice and slow. See, like you're going to trace the dial of a clock, like your body is just lying right in the center. All the way through. Turn the head, looking over that left shoulder. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here. And gradually come out. Good. Before we jump over to the opposite side, I want to help open up the front side of the hips one more time. We're going to go into our couple of bridges here like we did for our previous stretches. So hips up and forward. If you're comfortable to interlace the hands underneath your body, you're going to rock those shoulders back and down. And you can either go reps here, moving the hips up and down if you don't want to hold it, or bridge pose. Interlace those fingertips. Pull that chin into the chest. I'm going to hold you here for about 30 seconds if I can see my clock. Sun's getting bright. This helps open that chest after all that pushing. Pull that chin in. Also lengthen the back of that neck. Squeeze the glutes, holding, holding, holding. I'm gonna come down and check the time. You can come down as well if you want to hold a little bit longer. 30 seconds in 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, once you rest those hips down, if you were using the block, we're gonna take it over to the left side of your body, and we're gonna balance ourselves out, right? Grabbing onto that right knee, pulling the right knee towards the right shoulder, ankle rolls. About 5 times clockwise, and then rotate the other way. Good. From that single knee to chest with ankle rolls, we'll pull the leg across the body, moving into that glute stretch. Gently guiding the leg up and down as you choose. And then when you're ready, single leg twist, using your block as you'd like. And then we bead, bring the arms up, open them up, and now we take the right hand and meet the left hand. And opening from there, up and across, turning the head. 5 times, the 5th one, crawling the fingers over the head. I breathe in as I bring my hand over, and then I exhale as I open. Probably would have been helpful to say that earlier in the stretch. Okay. And the last one, fingers walk over the head. Gradually invite that chest and pec to open all the way through. And then in that final position, turning the head, looking over the right shoulder. Final breaths, and then when you're ready, come on out. All right, that's all I have for you today. You can take a moment here resting on your back. If you like the plow position where you're going to bring the feet over the head, you're welcome to do anything else you'd like, maybe a little happy baby pose, any kind of thing else to kind of finish out your session. Otherwise, stay hydrated. As always, drink plenty of water. You'll feel better, you'll function better, and learn to enjoy those vegetables. Those of you that are on my email list, we send out an email once a week. If you're not on our email list and you'd like to, you're here on YouTube, you can find the contact information in the comment section. Otherwise, thanks for being here and hope to see you next time.